Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Monster to Mermaid, and this is Minecraft. With the Minecolonies mod and trade posts for Minecolonies, we have some interesting things that happen, and I'll talk about them as soon as I find out what time it is here. It is sunrise. Oh no! Whew, I made it. I made it to sleep before the sun came up, even though I was holding something in my hand. I don't like sleeping with something in my hand, but that's okay. It is sunrise now in Jalapari, and let's look and see what's going on for a minute. During your absence, researchers used the time to do some extra work. Yay! This will speed up their current research a bit. The market is open and there's some rare finds, and let's look at everybody. Maisie started working on the archery. She's working on the sports center for the university in Jalapari. Cash is working on the warehouse because we ran out of room and we need the warehouse to be the level 5 so that we can expand it. Wade is working on the recycling center, which is a part of Trade Post, which takes surplus materials that, in the way that the composter does in Minecolonies, it does it with with materials that aren't food or produce or plant waste. And then McKenna is working on the residence. She's working on one of the farms, and I believe she's working on the farm right now for Kamari. And Josiah is working on his builder's hut. And Violetta is working her first job in town. She's working on the guard tower. And this is actually good about Violetta working on the guard tower because this is her first in-town job. Violetta's the baby builder that we just got. She's one of the kids. And let's come out. We are in the town hall. We're doing an old English style town specifically to try out all the new stuff in Trade Post for Minecolonies, which is a mod and add-ons for Minecolonies. And these are experimental, and so some things have happened. So we're standing on the grounds of the cathedral for a moment, looking at the tavern, but I'm going to go down to the Trade Post piece called the Marketplace, and where the shopkeepers are. And we have some shopkeepers here. Eli, hi. Let's look at the rare finds. So we did research at the university, which has allowed us to get more rare finds. And we have a fair amount of, let me look at this for a second. Let's come here, let's go to economics. So we still have more than 2 million. And let's look at some things that we are selling. I want to see if the puffers have a price, not yet.
Right away.
We'll check and see if the puffers now have a price. Trade Post updated, as well as some add-ons of Trade Posts, and we're going to look at those today. No, Eli, there isn't. He's like, what? Why aren't you buying something? Okay, we're not going to buy paper because we have Sutton at the sugar farm, and he is making paper. Lilies, we bought some, and we don't need any more. We can always buy apples. Let's buy the enchanted book again, because we're not getting any. I would have to get them from our Naraluk right now, or from PT Hamalakut. So if we wanted those, we have 2 fishers, so we're not buying any fish. And that seems to be all there is. But now over here, what is he selling? He's selling trees, and he's almost done. He was actually selling trees, and they were selling really well. and he was selling trees, but now they don't have anything.
Right away.
We could go and check for a moment at the warehouse and see if there's something that he would like to sell. So we're on a part of the roadway. So this is actually the inside of the town hall that at level 5, this is going to be inside the town hall, this section here, which is why it's still unpaved, because this is the town hall land right here. And these pavements here are a part of the town hall. The town hall's 2 buildings right now, Old English style. And we can come out to, if we wanted to stay on the pavement, we can come out to the new road we put in yesterday. We pushed the road back so that they would have road here. They didn't, and so now they do. And that is the Mason House. Hi, it's one of our couriers. That's the Mason House right there. You can see the houses of the marketplace down there. The witch's house on the hill, the ancient witch's house on the hill. It's a remnant of a town that used to be here. This is witch country. And here is the mining complex. And why don't we go through the mining complex for a second? Because we can. Let's get through the complex. Brooke is at work at her masonry, and Lucas is in his shop. And that's not Lucas. Is that you,
Hi.
Lucas? Oh, it is you. Oh, sorry. Your beard is grown out. And Kishore must be getting something to eat. He's not here right now. And Riley is in the mine. Harrison is the druid who is in the mine with Riley, the archer. And we're going into the back door of the warehouse, which is being worked on right now. So this is like a 4.5, the way it looks at this moment. And we're just going here. I'm going to sort the warehouse. And the warehouse is sorted. And then let's go back here and let's look at trees, saplings for a minute, and see if we have any more that we might want to sell. We could sell the extra spruce. We can sell the extra spruce or the extra oak, but I think I'm just going to let them ask for it and see what happens, because they might. That's how they got them in the first place. And we know that Max has his own stash that is protected of those. In other words, Maximiliano, I want to call him Maximilian. Maximiliano has, I like the way this is cool, that kind of looks like a door, like it slides closed. When we get done, I think we'll do that. If it doesn't turn to iron at level 5, we'll make that iron there to make it look like a sliding door, so that at night, if he wanted to, he could close up the shop completely. He does have a door here, and this is his farm right here. And so, yeah, so we changed our mind about getting something for them. I believe that this is now, let me look and see. This hasn't been changed yet. This is the other tree farmer that we have. But we're not using this hut block because that's the tree farmer right there. This is why we put in this building, because we wanted a little bit more of a presence for the tree farmer who strips the wood. And we wanted it to sort of look like that. And I like this. Look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is the level 4 of, I believe, I have no idea. Hold on. I don't know. Let's look here at the build options. It is an OG. It is a Minecolonies original. This one is. And so, yeah, here we are. And let's continue. And this is good. Okay, so, yes, so we were talking about farmers and stuff. And look, that took me all day. Just that little stuff, talking about that. That's Juliana. Her name is Juliana. One of our three carpenters, and I believe that's Marcos. That's definitely Marcos. Just coming to work now? Why are you just coming to work now, guys? The sun's setting. That's interesting. They stayed home. Maybe they were doing something. This is their house right here. They do have some things growing in their yard. We're looking at other people. That is their kid. That is, let's go up for a second. That was their kid. And who is Bryant? That's who he's a chef. So that's, have I not had a male chef? Of course I have. No, I haven't. Not in this instance, I haven't. And so maybe that's why he looked unfamiliar to me. Bryant is Ismael and Kamari's child, and he's become a chef at the newest dining hall that we have back here, which is also a level 4. I'm looking at the lanterns on these and wondering if I want to bring them up, but I'll think about that. I'll think about what I want to do with that. Everything in this area is level 4 now, except what McKenna's working on, and I think she is working on Kamari's shop, which is back here. I'm gonna walk next to this. Yes, she was working on this, and it is a level 4. So we now have an extra field that we can put into play. And we were talking about moving these fields so that the carrots, the beets, the squash, and the mint were all Ismael. And let's look at the beets. I think we did that already. But let's check and see. Nope, he's working on the wheat. Let's take this away. Carrots, beets, squash. No, he is. Yay! Excellent. Okay, so he's working on that. Let's come up to Kamari and see what let's see what Nikolai is working on. Because then we have potatoes, corn, and these 4 right here. And I think I'd like Kamari to have those. So let's come here. And let's see. Kamari is doing onions, corn, potatoes, and she's supposed to be doing a 4th field. Maybe we don't have one. Hold on. If she does those 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, we need a 4th field. We're supposed to have a 4th field right here, and we can put that 4th field in, and I think that'll be good. Vincentius? Vincentius Primus, everybody. I was asking him a question. We'll come here. Did you say yes?
YouTube says you are.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. All right. So yes, so we have two people working here. Two of the kids are working in this dining hall. This dining hall is actually working and feeding people. This is Luana, who wanted to cook and to serve, be in food service. And down here is where Bryant works, right here. And so the two of them are working together to run this dining hall. We haven't done anything to it. It's a level 4. We were thinking that we were going to put umbrellas when it gets to the level 5, but it's not a level 5 yet. So we'll look at that. What time is it now? It is just after midnight, and we have an almost full moon, which is why it's bright tonight. And there is one thing that I want to look at, which I don't think. We have another stretch of road piece right here that we haven't done anything with. And I think I would like to put in the road along this section right here. This is being worked on. Let me see if it's done. I think this is what McKenna is working on. No, no one's working on it yet. Hold on, let's see if it says that McKenna finished. She did. Oh, Maisie finished. Yay! And McKenna did finish. She finished the farm. She was working on the farm, Kamari's farm shed, and she finished that. And we can have McKenna work on this house. She's close enough. So we'll have her work on this house and bring it up to level 4. We now have some level 4 residences, so we are going to start having level 4 food. And let's come here and look. And Madeline and Amani and Dennis live here. Now, Amani and Dennis raised Dennis's child. And let's look for a second at the people, just for a moment, because I do believe that, let's come back here. I do believe that Dennis's child is Trenton. It's actually Amani's child, and that's Trenton. Now, Trenton could live here. I think it's too far away, but let's look and see where his name comes up. Oh wait, Trenton is not living here. Trenton's too far away to live here. He decided that he wanted to be a courier, and he is living with the couriers. And so when the couriers are coming up, see how far away Zoe is from here? So that's why his name is not coming up as well. These are all couriers, and there's Trenton. So we don't want him to be here. So Madeline, this is Madeline's house actually. There's Madeline right there. But she doesn't want, she asked them to stay, and they have an arrangement since it's her house, since they have a family, they could have the house to themselves, but they like living with her. And in a way, they both credit her for the fact that she wanted the both of them to live there, and they met and they fell in love. So they don't want to toss out the friend who actually allowed them to find each other. And so that's the three of them living together at this particular moment. And I think even when the house gets to be a level 4, there'll be plenty of room And Madeline was very happy for both of them when they found each other. She was very happy that they did. The sun is coming up. We're going over to see Maisie finished working on the archery. And we're going over to see the level 4. This is a level 4 archery. You can see there are 4 positions for competitions here. And those positions are marked by the lights on the ground. This is a level 4 barracks, which we are using. This is the Old English barracks we are using as a sports center. And Macy is going to, there's Malachi. Malachi, you're not going to walk on that, are you? Are you cold? Is it cold this morning? He acted like he was getting a little bit of warmth. This right here is what Macy's going to start working on. And this is the, oh, yay, I get to have something to drink. This is the, that's my drink alarm. Okay, and this is the sports center, so this is the physical contact sports right here, and we're doing good. Now, this is the sports center for the university, and this is one of 2 university buildings. This is the Old English University building, and we can see Mia is walking around. She apparently is doing some deliveries, and she's having fun. She's having fun walking on the fence like a kid. That's actually very cute. Let's come here. Who's that? Who's sitting there?
Without this, I can't work.
Hi.
I
can't work
like that.
Hi, Jessica. What do you mean you can't work? Oh, they're going to deliver a bow to you. Okay. She's waiting for some materials to be, and since she is, she's getting some breakfast at the dining hall in the university area. Is there let me see something from him. Let me see if there's a minimum in the warehouse for bows that they use for competition. Let's go inside. Let's look here and see. I don't know whether they can have. Yes, they can. Let's head here. There are two professors or 2 coaches, and so let's do 3 bows so that they don't have as long a wait. And there we go. Okay, so the warehouse is now aware of the fact that they need a set of bows here, and we'll increase that minimum, I think, a little bit when we have more people studying archery, but that's enough for now. And then the second university building is located here. This is the university dormitories right here, these two buildings, and so far these are level 3s. We'll begin to work on the level 4s. I'm just waking up. We'll begin to work on the level 4s as soon as we have some essential level 4s done. In other words, level 4 houses that have other that have workers in them, and we still have 2 of those that we need to have done. McKenna has started working on this one, which is the fishery. We can't update the fisheries until we update the housing, and this is one of Old English style, and that's the same for this. We can't update the animal farm until we update the housing. And we're not ready to do that. Josiah is going to update this building. This is a level 4 right here of the pet shop, which is lovely. And Josiah there's Cannon. Cannon is our trainer. And let's call the pets back in. There's one, there's Polly, and there's Rude Wolf. So Cannon just called them back, and there they are. Hi, Polly. Hi. And there's Rude Wolf. And Rude Wolf's going on his way. Polly's going back to what she was doing. Rude Wolf is going where he's going. And let's check right quick on Josiah and see. Josiah is not doing anything. Hold on. This is a level 5. Dun, 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 dun. So the builders are up to level 5. This is a level 5 building. We're going to do something here. This is wonderful. We get to do something here. But we need Josiah to start working on this farmhouse right here. Let's get this farmhouse right here up to a level 4. So let's do the build. The builder is Josiah, and update the building. Let's see if we need something weird, strange and new upgrade building. And so there we go. So Josiah is going to bring that up to level 4, and after he gets done doing that, hold on, something's wrong. How did you get out? That's one of our sheep. Let me get that sheep. Let me come here, and let's see if I have one on me. I don't have a lead. I should have one in my backpack, and I do. There's a lead on me. I forgot to give these to them. We'll do that in just a minute. Where did they go? Where'd they go? Oh, there. Did they actually cut that sheep outside of the farm? They did. She's like, you're supposed to be inside. Yes. Come on. Come on, you. Proof that this is one of our sheep is that it just got sheared. Come on, come around here. Now this is a part of the farm. We should actually put a fence right here because this is part of the farm. But we're going to come in right now and bring the sheep in. There we go, and close the door. There we are. And so you're back to where you belong, and you just got fed, and everyone's happy. Okay, why don't we go ahead and put the fence here. Let's get a piece of fence and gate. The reason the road ends right here is because we had intended for this to be the fence line. Oops, wrong piece. Let's get a piece of fence. Let's put a piece of fence right here for a second. And I think I'm going to do a double piece right here. There we go. And eventually we will have, if we do what I'm thinking about doing, we might have to put an actual fence here. But I think that's enough of a fence just to show that this area is the farm, that the Cannon, the pet shop, is on the farm. And see what Cannon's doing right there? That's one of the things we'll look at a little bit later. So remember I talked about new stuff. So I want to look at the new stuff, and then I'll come back and we'll see that we can begin to start decorating. And decorating is the thing that I love to do. I love it. I'm going to add some more. So why do I need to decorate? In the beginning of Minecolonies, when there was nothing inside the buildings. It was fun to decorate, and then as they began to decorate the insides of the buildings, then it was fun to personalize. So what I like to do is I like to make the town look specific for the individuals who live in the town, and that's very fun to me, and so I like doing that. So well, look, now this is going to be a curious town because this is not going to have modern kitchens and things of that nature, because we have gone back in history with this town. And there we go, it is sunset, but I just made it in time to set those things there. He still has trees. Eli didn't ask for anything, or he sold everything that he had. And look, Wade is going to bed, but before he closes his door, let me see what he is working on. He is still working on the recycling center, and he needs a lodestone and a framed purple with crying obsidian and purple glass. So I know that we got a shipment of crying obsidian. I know that we made sure that Liberty had a recipe, but maybe it's not for Liberty to make. Maybe it needs to be made by Brooke, because maybe the stonemason needs to do it. I can check in just a minute. You know what McKenna's working on? I just want to see if she hasn't started working on it yet. And we'll look and see what's going on. Hold on. McKenna's a level 5 too, so she can absolutely. She is ready to work on that new house. And I think she just didn't start yet. She's probably doing some planning. But let me make sure that I did get her to work on it, because I was looking at some things and I might not have. Somebody left a lantern here. Why don't I take this lantern for a second and put it on the fence. On the fence, and let's come up here. I'm not going to remove the torches here because McKenna's going to work on the house. So she's going to remove them. Sure enough. All right, so I didn't assign her. Upgrade the building. And there we go. Right. That was one of those things. Sometimes I start looking at materials and I forget that I didn't actually assign. And that was Polly. There she is. I knew I heard that squeaking. Hi, Polly. And so let's talk about what happened in Twitch yesterday. So in the last couple of days, and you saw some here on the last time we were on YouTube together, you saw that we were expanding the railroad with the specific intent on trying out the outpost part of trade post. The trade post outpost piece is a very precarious piece, and in a Discord conversation yesterday, the designer of the trade post for Minecolonies mod expressed frustration and disappointment that it was unable, or they are unable to get the outpost to work the way they would like it. So the whole point of Minecolonies for trade post for Minecolonies was to address the other biomes, for instance, that in order to grow all the different fruits and vegetables, you need all the biomes. And so this was supposed to allow you to grow to go to other biomes and grow those things. So yesterday on Twitch, we completed this road that goes to the swamp biome. And when he was talking about that yesterday, he was saying that he had a different solution. And his new solution, and let me do this for a second. I'm a little warm. When I first got up, I was a little chilly, but it's not really chilly here. It's much more humid in the Midwest right now. We're having rain, and it is, I've lived in Florida. Oregon, Portland, Oregon is supposed to be very humid, everybody says, and stuff. But the pine trees in Portland, Oregon, they absorb a lot of moisture. And in Florida, you're at the coast. Well, I was at the coast. I was not inland in Florida. And so because of that, let's get a lantern because we're following the railroad out. And so because of that, I have never really noticed humidity in the way humidity is in Missouri. And Missouri is humid when it rains. The humidity this morning is 90-something, 90-something percent. So it's practically raining. And but when things are wet, when you have the windows open and like things in the room are like bed clothing and stuff is actually moist is a new experience. I'm a desert kid. And yes, mermaids in the desert. I'm going to get my siren sight back for a moment. I might sleep here. This is gorgeous. Look at this beautiful stretch of sand. Let's go to sleep. So it may seem odd, desert in the mermaid, mermaid in the desert, but the reason that mermaids are there is because it's the oldest of oceans. A lot of deserts are old oceans, and the attraction to the deserts, when you're a little mermaid, which I am because I have legs, when you're a little mermaid is the ancient homelands of the oceans are in the deserts, and so it's really I really have a strong connection to the oceans that used to be where the deserts are, and so I love that. And a person could say, well, the whole planet used to be ocean at one point, and it's like, that's true, but at particular times certain areas were still ocean while other areas were land. And this is something that mermaids can feel and get the connection for. So here we are. This is the swampland, and this is where we wanted to put the new trade outpost. And now the outpost has to be connected directly, and so because of that, I think we are going to have to extend this rail to an outpost piece sitting right here. However, before we can do that, we need to do a magic. We need to get our enchanter to do a magic wish so that we can get the flag. We can actually claim that location, and that's what we want to do. Let's take this one away. Let's take that one away too. That's just a branch of this tree that's missing. If I wanted to, let's stick that branch up there, because you saw some of the leaves go away because that branch was missing. We have some things here I didn't get a chance to look at. We have a tree here. I might be able to save that tree if I can get it right to here, and I can. Yay. All right, so let's bring the tree down all the way. Okay, and then that is, of course, a branch in the tree, and we'll do it that way. This tree is connected. So this is a branch now of this tree, or do I want to put a branch? I could put a branch right here and connect this tree. And I think I want to do that. And you would say, why am I doing this? Why am I concerned about this area? If the developer of the mod was saying that they're going to phase out in a year, phase out the outpost, but some people like me are trying it, and he wants, if it's working for you, then that's fine. But he now, I think, has a warning that says that he has a better alternative. And we're going to look at that better alternative before we start the outpost that we're going to put there. We're going to attempt an outpost there. I forgot to give this to them. And this mushroom, we picked those up when we were working. The aspen belongs to trees in that forest that I think we picked. We were going to lose an aspen, and so we regrew one, and that's why we have that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at something new that Trade Post for Minecolonies has added, and see what we can do with it. There's research involved, and the research is now locked into the university. We'll look at it when we look at the whole system and talk about it right now. So the solution that the mod Trade Post for Minecolonies has come up with to deal with the fact that the outpost is precarious. And the reason it's precarious is the walking. That the walking mechanism that works in Minecolonies is very complex, and Trade Post requires that the people walk between two locations. And so far, that treatment is this is level 4, so I can take these off. And so far that treatment is as far as walking between two. Even Minecolonies itself is experimenting on that, and they haven't, so far they've only got to the player walking between two towns, and in a way the trade post becomes another town or an extension of your town that they can walk to. But in between the extension and the main town, they're walking in no man's land. And so that's part of the stuff that's going on with it. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to try this one, because it would be a straight line. But the other thing that has been added is what's called the garden. Let's see if we can find it here. Let's go to Trade Post, and let's see how it comes up. There it is, the Greenhouse Gardener. And this is it. This is a new piece that is added to the Style Colonies section. It's called Greenhouse Gardener, and we can select, and let's see what we're looking at. Yoletta started building. I think we're way out there, but I'm going to see this part right here. This is the Coconinos right here, and I believe that we can grow winter food here. But wouldn't it be wild if we could grow rice and stuff? Remember the thing that we weren't growing jungle trees and acacia because we don't have a greenhouse for them. This is talking about putting in a greenhouse. So let me X And let's come here and look what we've got. We can put it in, there's desert, there's birch, there's acacia, there's spruce. What does this look like? A field for spruce and a greenhouse. Climate-controlled building that enables raising exotic crops. This greenhouse is just by itself. A desert greenhouse has a field for desert things. And a birch, I'm just looking at this for the first time, and a greenhouse for birch. This is interesting. And an acacia, which would be, of course, the savannas. Let's look at the greenhouse by itself for a second. And there it is. Let's look at the level 5, and there we have it. So this is a greenhouse piece, and it is just a farm piece. Let's look at one of the ones that's just a greenhouse. Let's go back and let's look at this one. So we have that. Let's look at the fields. And there's a field. Wow. Let's look at the 3. Okay, this is nice. So this is an acacia field. And what they're saying is that it is a greenhouse. It's environmentally controlled building where you can build the things that you want to build. I'm in this tree. That's why I didn't fall all the way down. Okay, so there's one in acacia. And let's go back. And here's one in spruce. Let's go back, and here's one in desert. And it's actually made out of sandstone. Okay. And let's look at the spruce one. Let's come here. Wait, it didn't change. Hold on for a second. And in spruce, we have 2. We have a large, whoa. The spruce is the largest one. Spruce large, level 5. Wow, look at this. This is what we need. This is beautiful. Oh, I like this a lot. Including a place to grow mushrooms. But what we have here, this field, for example, we would grow rice. And on this field here, we would grow soy in this area. And that would give us enough of those to change the diet here. And this is big. Let me see if we turn it sideways and put it right here. I think it's too big to fit where I wanted it to fit, and that was in this section right here. So I think I'm gonna have to go to sleep for a minute. So let's come down to this house that Violetta is working on. This is the Druid Station, and she is bringing it up to a level 4. So let's come here and go to sleep for a moment. You can see the changes in the windows right there. That's changed, so she is working on it. And we're going to come out. It's morning and people are going to start going to work. And let's see how big this is. This is bigger than I thought. But this is exactly what I want. I don't want to use this area over here. We would be removing all of these trees, and I really don't want to do that. This area belongs to the farm. The animals are going to spread back into this area here, and it's going to be theirs. There is one place Ooh, what a curious thing this would be. We could put it here. This is all farm in this area. So we could bring the farms over to here. We would need another house, I think. But we have these houses in the children's area that they could use. There's this farmhouse here. There's housing. There's this farmhouse. This is Nikolai living, I think, by himself. Let me check for a minute. It's one of the farmers living by themselves right here. And then we have farmers living in this house right over here. And we could move these animal farmers. These are animal farmers here, Brendan and Alea. And we could move them into, we could add another house in this area where the animal farms are, because they're animal farmers. And we could actually give them a house like right on the corner of this and have the animals be behind their house. And that might be a good idea. And that thing could come over here. So let's X and let's look. It looks like it's supposed to be here, doesn't it? Let's X and let's do that again. And this is the spruce greenhouse. And we have the large one. And the large one is what we want. We're not going to want the small one. We've seen the small one. Ayush! Ayush! Hi! Hi! How are you? Hold on a second. Welcome back. How are you doing? It's nice to see you, Ayush. It is. How are you? Let's come here and let us take this piece and set it down in this field right here. And so even here, it would be back behind that farmhouse, because look at how big it is. Let's set it down on the ground for a second. I am good. Thank you for asking. I'm actually okay. And it would put the entrance and things right here. And I think I like this. You're doing awesome. Excellent. Excellent. So Ayush, I'm introducing a new part of Addon, and we're going to introduce the building of it. And so we were going to have Josiah work on, let's look here. What's Josiah working on? He's working on upgrading the residence, and he doesn't need that much to upgrade it, so I'm going to let him continue. And then we will give him this to work on. This is the new, let's look at the level 5 of it. And there it is. This is a new climate-controlled greenhouse, and I think it's backwards. Let's see if the other side has entrances. Oh no, it doesn't matter which side. I don't think it matters. Let's raise it up for a second and let's see the location. Let's put these at the front and have the mushrooms at the back. So let's turn it back around. And you were going to draw? Oh, ooh. You like drawing. Cool. Yeah, I liked drawing. I used to do a lot of drawing. I did. Let's bring this up as close to the road as we can. So we're going to put it right on this part right here. And it's going to sit in this location like this. So what are we doing with this front part? I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with that part yet. But this is where we want to put this building. So can we see the hut block for a minute? You want to be your area is having a thunderstorm. Wow. Well, we've had a lot of rain. We haven't had a thunderstorm, but we've had a lot of rain in the last couple of days in my area too. And yeah, it just seems to be the time of year, doesn't it? And let's look here. This is the hut block right here. And so what this is a climate-controlled warehouse. And there's research that can be done to make sure that to have the climate be controlled by the warehouse. And you want to be a professional artist and you're still at the learning stage. Okay. That's cool. I like that. And let's come here and we'll look. So if we have the road come here, let's try something. I think it's too wide to sit sideways. I think it's too wide and it'll interfere with the farmhouse. Yeah, if it sits like that. So it really does need to sit here. And that's unusual. I don't usually hear that kind of sound when Vincentius is awake, but I did this time. Hear that? All right, so they can get to it. We would have to have a road piece here. We could have, and let me see. Let us assign a builder for a second. And there we go. So there's the hut block for that. Let's come here. I want to see one of the other smaller ones, or we could put a small house in front of it. A Littleton might fit here. This won't. Another barn house won't. Another house with a garden. This is War Minecraft. Won't fit there. It's too big. But a Littleton house might fit here if we change the road a little bit. How is Vincentius Primus? That's a good question. Vincentius?
He's okay.
He says he's okay. He says he's okay. He's playing word games, I think now. Mind games. He's playing mind games right at the moment. Let's look at something here. We have the greenhouse, and there was a smaller one, remember? Let's look at the greenhouse, the small greenhouse, which is this size, and this is it right here. Ooh. So this, all we have here is a piece to add to something. So if we wanted to have two farmers, we could have another farmer right here. Now this might be interesting to do right here. So we could have two farmers work on the fields, but I don't think that we need another farmer. I think that one farmer doing these two fields is going to be enough for now. So I'm not going to consider that. Now, if I wanted, hold on here, if I wanted a different field, let's see what this is. Oh, this is it. This is the thing, the small one and the large one. Now here, these greenhouses are small. That's a desert. The desert has a small and a large too. The birch only has the small. The greenhouse has a small and a large. Yeah, but I like the spruce in this area rather than the birch. And let's look at the acacia. And the acacia has a large one also. So that's good to know. And we're good as far as that goes. And this greenhouse is a greenhouse that looks like that. And that's probably the original piece. And this matches trade post, the trade post style. So if you have the trade post style, this is your climate controlled right here. This is interesting. I kind of like it because of what is in here, and I like that. But there wouldn't be anything for them to do because they would need fields right here. Unless we just wanted to have one. And so we'll see. Hold on. And so we'll look here. I think I'm going to wait on trying to put anything else in this area for now. We do have this farm building. If anything, we could put another farmer right here at this corner and have the animal farm come behind a farmhouse sitting right here. So we could take another one of these and put over here. And let me go to sleep so that you can see what the land looks like for a moment. I'm glad that you are feeling well. You're in a good mood. I like the idea that you're looking at becoming an artist, and I think that's really cool. Ayush, I do. And I have looked at my Hindi studies, my language studies, and I am studying Hindi as well as French and Creole, and some other languages, Portuguese and Spanish. And so, yes, so I looked at that, and I want to put a farmhouse here to help. Yeah, and I would like to. I'm actually enjoying. Do you keep being there like you want to come and join the cows that are here in the field? So you know what? I think I'm going to bring you in. This is a wild cow, but we're going to bring her in and put her in the field. So we're going to come over here, and we have some cows standing right here next to the field. I'll have to watch this. There we go. She's moving away because a strange new cow has arrived, and I think she's just moving her child away. There we go. Let me get rid of these things. Let me take them to the marketplace for a second. Mr. Villager! Yeah, I like it. Remember last time when we were talking, Ayush, I said that it is in my ancestry that Hindu is in my ancestry by way of the Caribbean. Oh, did they do this again? Did I not notice that? Nope. Let's put this here. Do I need another piece? No, that works. Okay. So we can put that in. All right. So she got locked out. It's probably what she was concerned about. She had to stoop down in order to get into her place. And we'll put this away. We're not going to use this right now. And Yeah, that is true. If you know how to use it for good. I agree that it definitely is a good place. And Jack is repairing something on his on his canvas. He's repairing the roof of his building. And what are you asking for? The lodestone. Ah, but she knows how to make a lodestone, I think. Let's go and check for a second. You're doing okay? Yay! Strangely, it seems the coughing is occurring less now. Uh-huh. The Caribbean, not just not just people from the nations in on the continent of Africa. So the nations on the continent of Africa were rated for workers in the Caribbean, but also the Indian nation, India. They also were brought to the new colonies in the New World in order to work on plantations and in South America and in the Caribbean. And so in the Caribbean side of South America, Tobago and those areas, there were Indians who were to replace the indigenous people who were there, because there was a lot of illness in the indigenous people when the Europeans came, and those that and plus the type of farming and mining that they wanted to do in the New World required way more workers than there were, and so that's where my people are from. My people are from on my mother's side, and my father's side are from the people from there. Yes. Yes. Let me see. I got interrupted. I wanted to check something, and I haven't checked it yet. So, Mr. Villager, you came in at a wonderful time. Mr. Villager, I know that if you had been on Discord during this time, you would have Millionaire has gotten quite a resurrection, and now there is quite an amount of people going in to older versions to play it. Oh, to play it on older. Interesting. That's curious. That is. So, Mr. Villager, Ayer, yesterday informed me as part of a conversation. So I was asking him if the outpost that we were building out in the swamp was within range. And Ayush is telling a joke. What do you call an alligator who wants to become a detective? I don't know. Mr. Villager, do you have an idea? And so when I was talking to Ayer, an investigator. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. I like that. When I was talking to, that's very cute, Ayush. I like that. When I was talking to Ayer, which is interesting, Ayush and Ayer, when I was talking to Ayer about the outpost, he was talking about his running into conflicts with the Minecolonies walking path engine, and that he had found a simpler idea. And so the simpler idea is 2 additional things that have been added. The greenhouse gardener is a mod add-on, and you can actually find it in the style colonies section. And there it is right there. Ayer and Anyanka worked on it, which is excellent, because we're doing Anyanka right now. We are doing Anyanka's style Old English, and she helped with the greenhouse style. And so there's another piece too, and it's called the warehouse section. And I don't know if it appears here or if it is something that I just add to the warehouse. And it might be something that just gets added to the warehouse. But these are 2 new things. And so the greenhouse, we just put one in, and the greenhouse is a climate controlled greenhouse where you are able to grow any kind of food from different biomes. And I think that that's what the research is going to be about, but I'm not sure yet. So there's the biome settings, and there's the different ones that you can have. You can have cold, or you can have dry, or you can have humid. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have 2 humid ones so we can grow rice and soy. And once we have once we have it, we'll put it here. Then you need materials to make it hotter or make it cooler. I like that. And then humidity materials to make it humid, because we need humid for rice and for soy. Make it drier if we wanted to do nether peppers, and we might grow our own. That would be interesting. And so those are the things. And then you have minimum stock, and you have assigned workers. And I have to construct it to see what the worker needs. An assigned worker, whether they're going to be just a regular farmer or whether they're actually going to be different. So we're going to break through here so that when Josiah is done with the animal farm building that he's working on, we're going to have him put in this building. Yes, because I can have Violetta come and work on the animal buildings if necessary. So we're going to do build options. We're going to have Josiah work on the building and put in the level 1. Oh, there we go. Look at this. It needs research. Hold on. Yes, we do have Discord. We do have Discord, Ayush, and Discord, my Discord is the same as my name, Monster to Mermaid. So that is, so you can find me on Discord. And yeah, and Mr. Villager is working towards his. And let me see something here. I need something specific. University. That's what it was. Let's come over here. Let's go to this university building this time. They're both level 4. It doesn't matter which one you use. You just can't, it just doesn't make a difference in that kind of way. And let's look at the research trees. And so we have civilian combat in economic now. We should have a new set but we don't. So it's not here. It's not in economics. So let's see where it must be. See, we don't have anything here that talks about those. This is all trade post. So that means there's a different section. It should be in technology. So let's look in technology and let's see if at the bottom of technology where we have farms, there we go. Look at this new one. Look at this right here. Nature's Master. This unlocks the greenhouse. Wow. A bucket of lava, a bucket of water, packed ice. Remember we got that ice? And 1 sand. That's what we need for this research. This is excellent. Yeah, that'll be fine. Air is going too far on the concepts, but let's leave him too far on the concepts. I don't think so. I think this is actually a better solution. What am I going to do with the rail that we put in that goes to both your village and goes to the swamp? I think I'm going to end up maybe still trying to make them work. And Mr. Villager, as soon as I put in the swamp one, if the swamp works, then I'll trade out the other one. If V-Night hasn't finished, I'll trade out the other one and give you that. So we have, this unlocks the greenhouse and more efficient biome conversion, white wool and clay, advanced cocoa beans and snowballs. This is nice. And then advanced insulation, white wool and terracotta, and perfectly insulated is the level 5, and that would be coal and copper. And there it is incorporated into the university. And so what we need right now is lava, water, sand, and packed ice. That's actually packed ice right there. So packed ice, lava, water, and sand in order to do the research on this building. So we're going to go and request those. I can't wait either. But Anyanka's involved, and Anyanka is one of the many style designers for Minecolonies. As a matter of fact, this entire town that we're doing is Anyanka's. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Let's come over here and let's go to sleep. We're going to go to the town hall and go to sleep. Let me put some things away for a second. And here we go. Hi, everyone. Hi. Let me put this down for a moment so I can see. I think we're losing Vincentius for a little bit. Can't wait to see how it works. I know, me either. So let's go to sleep first. Let me use this lantern so we don't fall down, trip and fall as we cross the cathedral grounds. And then we'll come here. And let's close up and let's go here. And we're going to go to sleep because it's raining. So let's come up. We're going to go to the marketplace and see what kind of rare finds Jack and Eli have found. And then we're going to request these materials that we need for research. And Yes. Yeah. Let's request first. So we need a bucket of water. So let's get a bucket of water, and we just need one. Request that. A bucket of lava. We should have one. We're going to request that. And then we need a piece of sand. Hi, Jack. Jack's saying hi. We need one piece of sand. Request that. There's my lights to drink something. Hold on for a minute. And we'll request that. And then we need water, lava, packed ice. Packed ice, and we'll request one of those. And there they are. So we need packed ice. Now the sand's being delivered and the packed ice is not there. So we're going to look at packed ice for a minute and see what it is. This is packed ice, which is ice, and it's 9 ice, and it's the mechanic, or it's the bartender. Now we don't have the bartender working just yet, although, I wonder if there was an update to Trade Post. Oh my gosh, I wonder if the bar is working. I'll have to check and see, but right now we'll just have the mechanic do the packed ice that we need. And so we're going to go and give the recipe to the mechanic. And where do we get ice from? Hold on. Let's look at something for a second. Let's just look at ice, baby. And ice is a bartender can make ice. This is interesting. So we might need the bartender to do those. Yeah, okay. So we'll look at that. You typed monster to mermaid, but it's not working. That's interesting. It should. That's all that's needed. Yeah, that's all that's needed. That's my name. And Jack is selling something. What are you selling, Jack? You're still selling trees? Okay. You're selling saplings to visitors. Apparently you're coming from some place where they don't have those kinds of trees, and so he's selling trees for them. Got someone in the corner. Did they put back those corner pieces? No, this is the library. She's doing something in the library, and it's up on top. You know, if you're going to be up there, I think I'm going to put in a bookcase there. If you're going to insist on being in the corner, let's take this away for a second. And look here. Let's take this away. And let's put, is she standing right where I need to put this? She is. Push her away a little bit. Yes, please go get off the counter. And we're going to put in a bookcase there, so that if she wants to stand there, that's good reason. So if you want to stand in the window, that's a good reason to stand in the window. Do I need to? Do I need to? Let's see here. Do I need a light still there? I kind of do. Can I put a light in the ceiling right here? I can. Excellent. Oh my gosh, if we can put lights in the ceiling, let's take these down. let's put these on the ceiling rather than on the counters in this section right here. Let's put one here. And then one, we can put two, one here and one there. And we'll do that. Now this is a change that I'm making. So when this goes up to level 5, this is a level 4 right now, that's going to change. But for right now, that's where we put it. Once we get to level 5, anything that we change is changed for good. And that's going to be perfect. And that's what we're headed towards. Okay, so we're going to the mechanic. Giovanni is our mechanic. We're going to Giovanni. And we're going to make sure that he knows how to make ice, packed ice. So we're passing, you here, that's Ayer. I said Ayer, wow. I have his name on my mind. That's Marcos right here. Marcos that's so interesting. Marcos put on glasses to protect his eyes while he is working in the carpentry shop. I like that a lot. Vincentius is going away. He's going away. And we're going to come here. Hi. What? Okay. Happy sleeps. You're gonna try sleep? Because what's going on? I just want to see. Are you okay? More? Really? What? That's what I was thinking. Okay, that's interesting. Vincentius is telling me that there are ants in the bathroom. You still can't find it, but it's okay. You can't find it? You should be able to. Batman, you're a detective. You're gonna have to figure it out. You actually are. You're gonna have to figure it out. Crafting, teach recipe. Let's teach packed ice, which we can teach here. And there we go. So if we have ice in the warehouse, which we should, that should be made, and then they will bring it to the section, bring it to the post box that I have, and that'll happen. Oh, the doors changed. Oh, the doors are changed on the warehouse, so that means that we're getting close to having a level 5. There's Juliana. Juliana's one of the carpenters. She's going up to the warehouse to look at it. And yeah, I think you'll find what's going on, and I think you'll get it. It should just work with my name. There isn't anything else. There aren't any numbers or anything like that. Let's see. Ooh, and look at that. So there we go. The mechanic is requesting 9 ice. Now, if we don't have any, hold on a second. The bar might have some ice. Let's look at the rare finds for a second before they go away. We don't have any ice at the rare finds, and we don't need any of this other stuff. Let's go to the bar and see if there's ice in their refrigerators. Now, the resort was open for a little while, remember, but we didn't have a, what do you call it, a guest services worker, our guest services worker, was not happy doing that and decided they wanted to be a teacher. We've got stuff here. Let's look at it this way. Let's come here and see if we have ice, and we do not. So all of the ice has been made into things in the bar, juices and things in the bar. So we'll have to wait until we get some ice. Now we can get some ice shipped in, and I think that's going to take a little bit. And I'll have to see about that. Are you two fighting? What's going on with you two? You're not fighting, are you? You're just having a disagreement? Is that what was going on there? Mohammed and Bryce? Okay. Do we have any snow in the area? This means that that the mine journey maps has been updated, and we can go and look for ice. I'm looking at the map right here. That is sand on that coastline. That's not ice. This is snow up here. And we probably could find ice maybe. Let's look and see how ice is made again. It's water and frozen, and that's it. It's just water and frozen. So we would have to get ice from some place that actually has frozen water. And if we look at the map again, that's not, we don't have any place with frozen water in that direction. The frozen water is all the way up here. And there it is right there. There's ice, baby. And you recognize, Mr. Villager, you might recognize this. Yeah. This is where our Narlook is. In this area, you recognize the trees. This is the old growth forests in this area, and there is ice here. We need 9 pieces. Let's teleport here for a second. And am I underwater? Oh my gosh, this looks so familiar. Look at where we are. We're in the area of our Narlook. Let's go to sleep. I'm going underwater if I can. I don't think I can here. I think it's all frozen. Oh, it's very cold. I'm not prepared for this. Hold on. I wasn't prepared. Can I get into the water? Oh, thank goodness. Whew, it's freezing. Okay. It's so cold. Let's come here and let's go to sleep. Now, when I get into the water, that turns me, even if the water's cold, then I start having the salmon. Oh, yay! We have a level 5 warehouse. Excellent. Dun, 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 dun. Is this ice up above me? It most certainly is. See, we can't get up, so that means that's ice. And so let us take 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get a pickaxe. I'm going to do it from below. So let me look at my pieces here. Let's come here. Let's get a pickaxe and go up to here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's how many we need for the ice that we need. And I'm just taking that amount right now. Ice. And we need 9 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll put that in a special pack so that it doesn't defrost. And let me come up through that hole before it closes up. And yes, look at this. This is where Petit Hamalukut is and where Anaraluk is. It's practically the same river. It must be up a ways from where, cause see, there's the dacite trees. Wow. We just can't see their hill from here. But that's pretty amazing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think that is a good idea. And so we're going to head back now. So this is where we started. The reason this is here is we actually started from here. It was quite interesting. We started from these mushrooms right here. That's the spawn. And there is a large area here that is village. And Mr. Villager, I don't think you've seen this part. I'm going to teleport here for a minute so you can see. I might have shown this before. This is an abandoned town, and it's pretty massive abandoned town. So if you came across this and you didn't have any idea of what you wanted to do with the town, this town is pretty interesting. There are several guardhouses right along the coastline, which sort of indicates that pirates might have attacked them. And that's why this isn't here anymore, because of how many guard towers there are in this area. And so that's one thing. And then we came down this area. Here's one of the first of the actual villages that we found right here. And I think, uh-oh, am I in the ground? Hold on. I think I am. Let's go back to the map for a second. And let me teleport to the water. There we go. I might have been inside that building, which is why it was so dark. But this is one of the classic skeleton castles. And this is skeleton country here. This is a skeleton castle, and this is their village right here. And I think you might remember, Mr. Villager, we might have gotten, remember when we found that they had these miners here also, and they have a whole Bohemian mining town connected with their farming area here, which was really nice, and we liked that. And yeah, and then let's come to here, and we looked at the desert, and we looked at this area, and you'll remember, Mr. Villager, that we found a desert village that was very strange. It looked very much like like skeletons built the village for the villagers. It was a very odd village. And right now I don't see its location, so it must be down here. Here it is, where we have these arches. This, by the way, is a huge city, a mermaid city here. We have these arches, and there is one that's decorated. There it is, right there. That means that mermaids live in this area. And you can see one of the balloons that belongs to skeletons in the area as well. And right down here, this is a mine. This actually isn't a town. This is a mine right there on the surface of the desert. And this is that strange town with the hogs from the nether in it. Remember when we went here? Let's see if I'm up. I'm in the dirt. Okay, so let me do that again. Let's go into the water. Let's go here and teleport here so that we're teleporting into the water. And there we go. And this was actually really beautiful, and we loved the look of this. Love the look of this area. It's so pretty. And they have hoglins, or whatever those things are, from the nether are here. But it's such a pretty little town. And we might do something about it at some point. Gavin, hello Gavin. How are you? And we might do something about it. We talked about that before. All right, so let's head back. And so we came all the way down. We didn't want to build underwater. We didn't want to build on the sides of mountains. We've done a lot of that kind of building, and so we decided we weren't going to do that. See, these areas are lukewarm and warm, so we might have some mermaids in that area. I didn't realize how warm this water. There's an arch. That's an arch right there. Let's go to the water here. Teleport here and look. Yes, I knew it. I recognize that. These are mermaid arches. The mermaids make these. This is my story. That the mermaids make these arches, and sure enough, oh my people, look, oh babies, look, there's pets, there's dolphins, and this is a little city underwater of mermaids, and they live in the coral, and these are their cities, and they decorate these arches, and so that's why they look like this. And we've built in areas like this before, and so we wanted to do something completely different, and that's why we are over here in this valley right here. And now on the map you can barely see it, but there's a line across. That line is our road to the swampland, and that we can see right there. And here's our town, and I am just going to go ahead and teleport back to here. And the sun is setting. This is the west, and the sun is setting, and so we're going to come and put this ice in the, let's do it from the new building. We're going to have Dar work on this special project. So I'm going to put the ice here. Ice, baby. Oh wait, I can't put it here. I need packed ice to be made. I need to put it in a stash box so I can get a packed ice. So I'll put it in a stash box. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, this is Minecolonies, so these are the people who, where you have the townspeople build the town. You set it up how you want to set it up, and then they build. And so that's what we have here. So we're going to put that in. A courier will come in a little bit, and he'll do that. You know something? This lodestone that you want weighed.
If you say so.
I will work on it. Let's go down and let's see why he's not getting a lodestone. Hold on. Let's come here and let's look and see what they're made out of. And there it is right there. Ah! There's the problem. Right smack dab in the middle. A netherite ingot. Okay, so let's look. The closest and easiest way to look is to go to the post box and ask for an ingot, a netherite ingot. And let's see if we get one. Okay, And there it is. So gold is going to be delivered to the blacksmith, to Lucas, and he's going to make the ingot. It says netherite scrap. Let me see if we have any ancient debris. I could check this same way. Let's look here and see if we have any ancient debris. How much netherite scrap do we need to make? Let's look at ancient debris, which is this. We can see where we get it from. Let me see what it's melted into. Let's get netherite scrap. And this is ingot, and this is scrap. Aha! So we need one ancient debris makes one of these. And how many do we need for an ingot? And for an ingot, we need 4. So let's see how much netherite ancient debris we have. A-N-C-I-E-N-T, D, ancient debris. Let's request 4 pieces and let's see if we have any. And we sure do. Okay, so let's have it delivered to us, and then we'll give it to Luke directly to Tobias for him to, not Tobias, to Keyshore for him to smelt. And then the gold is already coming in, and we'll just sort of get this done. And let me see. So we asked for 1 packed ice, and so we have that. It is nighttime. The people that we hear walking around are tourists, and you can see that we have lots of tourists in town. And we do because we have a train station, and that's where the tourists are coming from. We don't have a seaport presence for visitors, although at the gatehouse we do have a section where if they want to stop and get off of a faring riverboat, they can do that, and we can show that. And let's come here and let's come in here and let's look. We're going to go down into the supply camp and go to sleep. Okay, so we have a new warehouse. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And let's come up and let's come here. Now, Journey Map gives me the magic that I use as a mermaid to be able to travel huge distances. It's magic. And we're going to go back to the marketplace for just a second and make sure that we don't have something special that we need. And I want to quickly do that. And then we'll show the warehouse, the new warehouse piece, because there's a new warehouse research that we can do too. A bottle of enchanting. Wow. Diamond horse armor. That's an interesting thing. We don't need it right now. We can grow ferns, so we don't need those. Melon seeds, I think we have some, so I'm not going to put those in. It is getting towards summer, so we could in fact do melon. A purple leather tunic. We could buy it and put it in the warehouse and see which one, see if Josie likes it. Why don't we buy that? We've got plenty of money, so I'm just buying stuff.
If you say so.
I am saying so, Eli. So we can buy the tunic.
Okay.
Thank you. And I think that's all we're going to buy. Magenta dye can be made by Santino. And large ferns can be made by Violet. She's our botanist right now. And let's come here. Let's put this in the stash. And let's do that. So we have the 9 ice, and they haven't come and picked it up yet. So hopefully they'll come and get that right away. And there's for me to drink something. And thank you, Gavin. Do you play Minecolonies? Let's come here. And let's look. Aha! See, he's got it in his hand. The courier just took the ice, and he's taking it over to Santino, who is the mechanic. And Santino's going to work on that. Let's look at the level 5. Cash, what are you doing? Cash, what are you doing? If Cash isn't doing anything, we could get him to do something. Yeah, hold on a second. Let's come here and let's look at something that Cash can do. Hi, Juliana is waiting to work on some projects. I need Cash to work on something. We can have him work on his own house, bring it up to level 4. Cash is close enough to start working on this, since Josiah is working on something else. Why don't we have Cash come and... oh, well, we can't work on it. Hold on for a second. Let's go back to the warehouse, because we have that new thing. There's a new add-on that allows the warehouse to have a different function. This is the warehouse. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. This is it. Now, if we change anything to the warehouse, yay, the Combat Academy is done. It's really wonderful when you have level 5 builders. They get done so quickly. Let's come here, and there it is. There's the workshop piece. And look at that. And there it is right there. So you have a crafting table, and then no request selected. Pick an open request, drag a JEI recipe, or shift click a JEI recipe to begin, and craft to inventory, or use player items. Interesting. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Select recipe based on current colony requests. I love it. So this has been added to the workshop. So what this means is that, you know how when I come sometimes and do something, I can actually use this to get it. And I like that. I like that. Shall we try it? What should I try and make? Let's see where. Let's select a recipe. Let's go to JEI. This is JEI right here. And let's make a... what could we make? Ooh, this would be an interesting thing to make. Let's make a warped door. And there's a warped door request. But it didn't, so it's showing it over top. And it didn't translate. Do I have to do this? Do I have to take the picture and put there? Okay, I'm not sure how this works yet. Violetta is done. Wow, everybody's getting done so quickly. Open requests. Ah, I see. So if we wanted to make something, we need berries. Like this fancy door, we could select it and make 3 of them ourselves. And there we go. And from inventory, from the warehouse, and let's see if we have what it takes. So we need that, and we need black stone. Stripped oak wood. I don't think there's any in here, and I think that's what's going on, why it hasn't been made. I think that's saying that there isn't any, and so that's why we can't craft it. There it is, right there. It is definitely working with the system. Ah, these builders, Claire, they're so fast. Look, McKenna is done. We're going to have a level 5 town in a matter of seconds. We are. Good gracious. Well, we only have level 4 right now. We're working from all the residences except for 3 now are level 3s. So we're going to start having all the builders who are level 5s start working on these things. Lodest. Ah, this, hold on, let's go back. Let's look at the lodestone. Let's go to select this one, and let's go to these. Uh-oh, it went away. Let's go back. Let's select again. And let's see if I can find the lodestone on here. There it is right there. Let's select. So this is the problem, that the chiseled stone brick is missing. So we should request chiseled stone brick first, and I don't think that we can. Drag a JEI result here, or shift click a JEI item to select craftable. So this is the lodestone. Let's look at, because I don't think you can do that. We need chiseled, CHIS. Let's see if it works. This is a new mod. So it says, so let's come back to here. Let's make this go away. So there's chiseled stone right here. I can't grab it and do that. And so there's a problem. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Shift click, shift click, shift click. There we go. Okay, now we can make these. And how many do we need? Craft 4 for a lodestone, or craft 8. Let's craft 8 of them. And from the warehouse, and craft the selected recipe. Craft the selected recipe as many times as specified above. JEI ready to craft, and it said it crafted, but I hit craft all, and there's the output is chiseled stone brick recipe 1:1. So we must have run out of a stone brick slab, because now it's saying that we don't have enough. Where did it put it? Let's come here and let's look at here, and let's see if we see chiseled, CHIS. It's not there. It's not in my hotbar. Where'd it put it? I don't have it here. I didn't pick it up. It's not in here. I've got a ton of stuff here. I need to put these back in the warehouse. So where did it put it? Chiseled. CHIS. There they are. They're in the warehouse. Yahoo! It worked. It worked. The new add-on works. Yay! Oh, excellent. 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 So if I have something where Brooke, for example, is over, I only have one stonemason, and she has all these 5 builders are asking her for stuff. And so that's what the problem is. Let's do something about this once and for all now. We can. And I want to put something here. We did have something here, and they took it away. We're going to take this away again. This is on the sidewalk. And so we're going to remove these decorations from here. We're not going to have trees in this area. This is the sidewalk right here. And so we're going to put this part right up to here, and we'll take this and have that stair be there. On this side it's fine. On that side it's not. So we need them to be able to walk here and walk down the street and across the street. So that's what's happening there. Right here, Mr. Villager, I agree. Mr. Villager and I do not like triple doors. I did say I was going to put a gate here, but I don't want to put a gate. I don't think. I think it's just going to look too, it would mean removing this area so that we could put the gate. So let me look at these pieces for a second, and let's see if we want to do this. This is a level 5 building, so we can now do anything we want here. And let's put the builder tool away. Let's put the lamp away. Let's put the pickaxe away. Let's take the axe down for a second, and let's take a picture of that, of this underneath here. Let's take a picture of this, a picture of this, and a picture of the doors. Okay, so we have all of these things. Let's remove these from here for a second. So if we were going to have what I'm talking about here and have a gate here, we can use the wooden gates, and we should have some in here. Wooden, we don't. Let's see what gate, and we don't. All right, so we're going to have to make some ourselves. And here's an interesting thing that I love. Let's try this. Oh no, I think they have to make them. I have to request it. So how many do I need? 1, 2, 3. I need 9. 9 gates. So this is going to be open, and this is fine. This will be open for right now. Let me take these pieces and put them up here in case I don't like it. And that's what I'm going to see. If I don't like it, I'm going to put that back. And we'll just put in a double door with a piece in the center. But for now, I want to see the gates. Let's go and request gate. And after we request the gate, we can see, I think I can't make it. I don't think I can make it. I think it has to be made by a mechanic. So let's come here, and let's come here, and there we go. So now they're just waiting for the netherite scrap to be delivered, and that means we need ancient debris, and the ancient debris was delivered. Look at all this that we've got. Look, we've got them. We can do it. Yay! We've got stuff that we need to do the research. Let's take these, all these here. What's missing from here? What do I need that's missing from here? Packed ice, lava, water, sand. Packed ice, lava, water, sand. Nothing's missing. Yay! Let's take the ancient debris to Kishore, and we're going to get him to smelt it. So let's run over. I'm just going to give it to him, and we'll see if we have a problem with that. I could put it in one of the ovens, couldn't I? I could put it in one of these. Let's put it in here. Ancient debris, and let's see what we get. And we should get scrap. And we are. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the research. Let's go to the university. I'm going to take the roads, and hopefully there's enough light on all the roads now. We don't have too much light over on this side, but we have these buildings. The moon is setting. We need a light in this area. Look at this. Look at how dark it is over here. We definitely need a street light. We're going to go to the new university building. We're going to have Dar work on this. Dar is setting up this university building for Hayden. Hayden is the dean of the university. And now that this is set up, we might move Hayden over here. We'll see. But Dar's living here right now. Dar's working here, I should say, right now. And we're going to have to become a little mermaid here. So let's go here. Let's go to Little Mermaid status, which means I have hearts, like a little mermaid. So in Minecraft, instead of having legs, I have hearts. And that means that I am a player. And so let's do the research here. Let's go to technology and go down to the farming area, which is all the way down at the bottom. And there it is, Nature's Master. Nature's Master is under the 1 hour, I think. Let's come up here for a second and see. Wait, why am I doing it like that? Let's come here and see what that says at the top. Right there. It's 2 hours. So this isn't going to get done today. We only have an hour left to the show, but we're going to start. Dun, 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 dun. So that is going to start being researched. And 2 hours Earth time, that will be done. And we'll get on our way. I've got diamonds on me. We can do one more. I think in technology we can increase the let's look here for diamonds, something that needs diamonds. We'll come down here. I don't see anything. I don't see anything there. This has all been done here. So I wonder what the diamonds are for. Deep pockets would give a citizen inventory, larger inventory. And it says I need emeralds for that. And it's time, it's almost time. I need a fishery level 4, which is what we're working on. So we're going to work towards the fisher level 4, and then we can get a Heart of the Sea and get that done. So this isn't where we did need diamonds, but we apparently have done everything that we needed the diamonds for, so I think I might put them back in the warehouse. Let's X here. Let's look at, that was technology I think I was looking at. Combat doesn't need that. Civilians shouldn't need diamonds, but we'll check for a second. There shouldn't be anything in civilian that needs diamonds. Civilian stuff is like for healing, which we're all the way up to level 4 in healing. We're up to level 4 in education for children. Everyone knows how to swim or can learn how to swim. We can do some stuff for our Undertaker, which we haven't done yet. And so what we need is entertainment. We need a festival. We can order 9 cakes. We need the people to be fed better. We can get 128 cookies. So those are sort of the things that are left for us to do there. So we'll take the diamonds and put them back in the warehouse for now. And I'll check. Although we could give the diamonds to our... Let's come here. Which is quicker? I think it's actually quicker to go upstairs and go through the cathedral from the front than go down into the graveyard, into the catacombs, and then come up the stairs from there. We're trying to reach Genesis, who is located inside here, and there she is. Hello.
Need something?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Come with me. So I'm going to give her the diamonds because she can make diamond coins if she has diamonds. So we'll leave those for her. Notice she has gold. So these things are so that she can make coins. She doesn't have enough gold to make a gold coin, I don't think. Let's look at coins for a minute. See how much she has. I think a gold coin needs... Oh, it only needs 1, so she can make. And she can make now diamond coins, but she would need a whole lot of gold coins to do that. So we'll look at that later and get her some more gold. But right now she doesn't need any of that. This is a level 4 cathedral. And why am I just noticing these windows in the cathedral? Aren't they beautiful? Gorgeous. This is Anyanka, who designed this building, who designed almost all the buildings here, except for some medievals we have. We have some Littleton buildings, which is there, and we have medieval, which is a bunch of people, and then we have some others. We have War Minecraft housing, and that is definitely Ramblin' Man, who is the designer of War Minecraft, and I love their farmhouses, and so we have some of those. So let's look and see. I've got 3 builders who are doing nothing. Maisie is not doing anything. Violetta is not doing anything, and McKenna is not doing anything. McKenna was working on this, was she not? Hold on. Yes! This is a level 4. Oh, so now there is a second. There is another bed in Madeline's room, and their beds are still here. Dennis and Amani have that room. And Madeline sleeps here, and this is their house. This is very nice. So we will get McKenna to work on these 2 fishers. How in the world are they only level 2? What? They're so far behind. Wow. Build options. The builder is McKenna. And she's going to upgrade this, and she's going to upgrade Dennis as well. And he's even worse. Wow. We have ignored the fishers. Goodness sakes. So we're going to bring the fishers up, and that'll help us get more fish. Goodness sakes. Yeah, this got closed in when a basement was built on this house. This cave was closed in, and we're supposed to bring this stone over to meet this part now that it's done. And we could do that. Should I do it while I'm talking? Hold on for a second. You forgot to mention, apparently now Millionaire will have like an RPG interface to interact with the villagers, and yet it seems like now every NPC will be interactable. Okay, so that will make it much more like Minecolonies, that you can interact with all the different people. Oh, that's curious. How do you feel about that, Mr. Villager? I think that was the thing that I did not like. Oh, wait. I'm a little mermaid. Hold on. Let's come up here. I'm going to borrow their house for a second. We'll go into Dennis and Amani's bedroom here. And I'm going to change back into a full mermaid, so that I have all of my stuff available to me as well, and I can do the things that I want. I can do the decorating that I want to do. So let's come here and let's look. So this is a level 4. Oh, and it took away a portion of the stair. Okay, so we have to bring this back right here. Let's bring this part back here, and this, let's take one of these and put here. We need one here, and underneath that we need those. Okay, that's repaired. And now we can, if we want, put in the road piece here. This part that got changed here, let's put in stone on the bottom. We're going to close this in. There is water running the volcano right there. There is some water running from the volcano area. And yay! Dun, 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 dun. McKenna finished working on the level 2 of this, so this is now level 3. We're going to have her bring it up to a level 4 after she gets done bringing Dennis up to a level 2. She's working on these 2 projects right now. And we're going to have stone come here. And let's take this one here and here and put stone across this part. And this is a retaining wall because we have farms and the farmhouse up on this hill here. So these are retaining walls here. Let's take and put that in that area so we don't have them trying to grow a field out there. And we're good. I think I picked up some eggs. All right, so I just repaired that. I'm going to take all of these materials and put them back in my library. It has started raining. Wow, does that seem like a thunderstorm? That happened super quickly, that rainstorm coming on. Yes, it is. I knew that happened really fast. Thunderstorms are really quick. We're going to go to sleep. Everyone's going inside because it's raining. And let's come here and let's go down. And you can sleep during a thunderstorm. And so we're going to go to the next day. We're going to sleep the whole day. You think there will be a name, role, and health bar, although it looks a bit too much like those low poly combat games. But it's looking tasty so far. Okay. And when you get your PC, no culture will be safe. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be pretty wild, isn't it? Mr. Villager is saying that he is going to have so much fun Mr. Villager loves Millionaire in the same way I love Minecolonies. And yeah, he's going to have fun playing. Let's go over here and let's see what we need to do. We're still waiting. We should say wait. It's still waiting for a lodestone. So let's see if we got the pieces. Time to drink something. So the scrap was made last night. It hasn't been delivered yet. So it has to be picked up from Keyshore, and then it'll be delivered here. And so we're still waiting on that. And when that happens, then we may be able to just go ahead and make it. Jack is selling saplings to people who are probably coming from areas that don't have trees, like the desert and places like that. So that's what's being sold at this particular time. We know what McKenna's working on. Maisie's not working on anything. We're going to have Maisie work on the dormitory first. You see up there? Do you see in the sunlight there? Do you see that moving person there? That's Mallory. That is the alchemist. And the alchemist has a workshop at the top of the cathedral. And she likes to come out in the morning and stand on the roof and watch the city. She does. She likes to do that. Now we have two of these. This is the way Anyanka designed this dormitory. It's two separate buildings that are connected to each other. And we're going to start with Maisie working on this building here. So Maisie is going to come here. What do we need? We need framed dark prismarine. So we'll have to make sure that there's dark prismarine available. And that's it. Blue orchids can be grown by Violet. She's the botanist who works in the flower shop. And everything looks pretty normal there. Probably the main thing is the dark prismarine, the framed dark prismarine. And then here's the other building right here, and she's going to work on both of these. So Maisie is going to, so she needs double the amount that's here. So 89, so she's going to need like 170, 180 stairs. And she's going to need 14 of these prismarine pieces. And so this is what this is what it looks like. You can see this right here. This is the overhang on downstairs that goes from one building to another. And that's the way she has it designed. And then upstairs on each part is this section. It's going to be interesting to see when it gets up to the next level, the level 4, what it looks like. This is a level 3 dormitory, and we were just in this crossover here. We were upstairs in that section. And let me look for a second. These small channel videos are quite a study for you. You check interiors that you need to be able to see properly, also to see the villages execute tasks, and you didn't know that actually existed, and that was unseen. Yeah. Just in the same, probably in the same way as Minecolonies, that you'd be able to see the people work on things. I do remember that about Millionaire. Or I might be thinking of Techtopia, but I thought that Millionaire did have an ability to see the people doing things, but maybe it only just talked about it, and now you'd be able to see them. In the same way you can see villagers in Minecraft, and you can see the workers in Minecolonies. That sounds like they're headed in that direction. Millionaire has been resurrected. It's one of the games that has been resurrected and is being updated at this particular time. So we know what Maisie's doing. We know what McKenna's doing. Cash isn't doing anything. Wade's still waiting for Lodestone. So we'll get to that. And Violetta isn't doing anything either. So Violetta just updated that guard tower at the end of this block here. We have guard tower at the end. Oh yeah, we were supposed to be requesting gate. Did we request it? Did we request the gate? Hold on, let's request the gate for a second. I'm fine, Juliana. McKenna has finished one of the Fisher. She's brought one of them up, and I think it's Dennis's that she brought up to level 2. So we'll go back and make sure she brings that up to the full level 4. Let's see if we got the gates. We did not order them. We need 369, so let's order 12 just in case. Let's order the wooden. I think I would prefer the wooden. I would prefer that. And so the mechanic is getting the wood delivered and is going to make the wooden gates that we're going to put up at the warehouse. Okay, and so we'll come here and we're finished. Ooh, look what you just found. Remembered Byzantine soldiers in, you think, player-ruled villages can build too. Oh, in Millionaire, Byzantine soldiers can build. Really? That's curious. Yeah, that's definitely different. We're going to see what Violetta is doing. Violetta's one of the kids who wanted to be a builder, and she thought she was going to build at the outpost. But so far, she is still waiting to be able to do that. We have to do magic in order to do the outpost stuff, but we wanted to see the new add-ons, and so that's what we were doing. The gardener, I think it's the gardener, and then we wanted to do, hi, Violetta, and then we wanted to do the warehouse input, which we did, and it works really nicely. So this is what Violetta worked on. This is a level 4 of a Shire Additions guard tower. That's what this is, which is most curious. It's a most curious piece. And right here, they can climb up here, and there's another door here that goes into a section where they can look out. This is good lookout for this druid station right here. And so then they can come down this ladder right here. Yeah, and they can. That's good. So they can come down the ladder right there. Felt like something was attacking me. And that's what she worked on. And I like the way it looks, and this is why we did this in this area, because it really looks pretty. This is John Ryer's addition to Shire. Shire Additions is his, and that is a new guard tower. I'm going to check the encyclo. Oh, you forgot it's gone. Oh, that's another thing that they have to do, don't they? Yeah, something actually, I think something actually, it almost feels like something bit me. Okay, we do have spiders. So let's look here. Now these are all level 4s, the sugar farm and the connections to those sugar farms. It's housing that she would start working on. And we're going to have her start working on her working on this house. I think she lives here. She does. And so we're going to bring this house up to a level 4. So the builder is going to be Violetta, create the building, and we're going to have her have 2 projects. She's going to work on this one, and the same as the dormitory, where Maisie is working on two buildings. Let me get a light for a second, because I'm walking at night. We're walking here, and I just want to have a light on so I don't trip. We're going to have Violetta come, and yeah, that is so weird. I think I actually got bit by a spider or something right then. It's very cute. The itsy bitsy spider. And let's come here. Build options. The builder is Violetta, and she's going to need warped. Oh, and crimson. Oh, and a magma block? How many magma blocks do we have? I'll have to check and see. Wow. And so we can have her upgrade both of these buildings. And then 4 people will be able to live in these houses, which will be really nice in this area. And everything here is all level 4s. All the workers are level 4. That's why we're doing this. And the only ones who aren't are the fishers, who somehow got left behind. And so we're getting them brought up to date. And the other is the new greenhouses that we're building, and the research is being done on the new greenhouses, so we don't have them yet. We're talking about putting in another house, another farmhouse right here. And the reason I want to put in a farmhouse here is to have the workers who work here in these fields. Are you out? Or have you been attracted? Did you see that cow? I'm beginning to wonder. Cows are getting out more. I'm beginning to wonder if we should have Rude Wolf, instead of working for the shepherd, work for the rancher. For the fact that we need some. It's back, yay! A bit less functional, but it's still something. Yeah, it's one of the things that they probably have to update, since they're updating the entire mod. Millionaire, they would have to update that as well, wouldn't they? And that's probably what happened. Okay, I don't know why. Maybe I need to turn this. This is a dangerous thing to do, but I'm going to try just turning it just a little bit. Okay. So I thought of something, and Josiah is still waiting on a piece that he needs. And he needs it for, I think he's still waiting on a piece. Let's look here and see. Yes, he's working on residence. So he's still waiting on a piece. And what piece is he waiting on? Oh no, he started anew. Yay, Josiah. Yay, now he's waiting on everything. And he's working on the animal farmhouse, the farmer's house for the animals, this house right here. He's working on this, and you can see that looks like a door missing. Oh yeah, look at that. He's widening the corridors and making new lanes. He's adding doors, and so that's being worked on. We'll have to watch, be careful that he doesn't. Was this stone before? I think this is new. I think this was fence, wasn't it? I think it was. Ooh, look what we've got here. Now it's actually stone. So we can take this away right here, but we'd need a stone entrance. Is there stone entrances? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's put this here. And this here. And there we go. I think that is the entrance. I think it's that. Okay, welcome back, Ayush. Yay! And so now that that part is done, we can do that. All right, so we know what Josiah is working on, and that just leaves Cash. Cash is not working on anything. And I think I'd like Cash to build a new house right here. We're going to have another farmer. We're going to have, we want this house probably to be for the greenhouse workers that we're going to have over here. We'll have them have that house. And then we're going to, I just had an idea that maybe it's not a spider and maybe it's ants. That would be funny if there were ants in the ceiling. You know that aliens thing? So there's movable tiles up above me because I'm on the lower level of this house, and I just had this idea of, you know, in Aliens, when they were on the planet that had the aliens, and they were saying, oh, they're close, they're really close. And they looked up into the ceiling and they could see them crawling in the ceiling. I'm going to look up in the ceiling and see a ball of ants. You were Ayush, and Ayush is, his first language is Hindi. And he is doing a really good job of writing in English and stuff. Every once in a while, he does have something that where there's a word that is different. I was little with my drawing is what he has. So I think some sketching. Mr. Villager, you do some great art, and it would be fun for you to get back to doing some art too. I think that would be really cool. Mr. Villager speaks Portuguese, and so that's why we have some. I am learning that language as well because of I'm speaking that language too. And so that is what we have. I'm going to put a house here. I think I'm going to put another one of these right here. It's not that thing. You? It's not that thing. Want to check? Want to check what? Want to check what? What are you talking about? Because I was talking about Ayush. And let's come over here and see. I was talking about what Ayush put into the chat. All right. Let me get a builder tool. Let's come down. A bit of your sketching. Your sketching is cool. I liked when you were doing oils, actually. I liked when you were doing actual paintings. Your paintings were really cool as well. I remember. All right, let's do a house. So our houses so far for the farm area are the Incans, but these Incans were because they're on a hill. See, the land was, we had a mound there, and so we decided the Incans were good there. We like using these farmhouses. We put in one of these over here because it's closer to the Coconinos. And we have some lighter buildings here. We could put in a second one of these. We could put in a second one of these. But there is a different house, and I like that house. There's Rudewolf right there. So that's Rudewolf out with Ismail in the field, which is interesting. Let's put a house here. I would like to look at medieval. I'd like to look at medieval birch. Medieval birch, there are two different residences. And let's look. The alternate residence is the one that's here. At level 2 is the one that we love. And the regular residence is this one. And this one is actually good too, up to level, let me see if it's the level 3, I think is the highest. I don't like this building at 4 and 5. I don't like it, but a level 3 is perfect and would actually be kind of okay here. Except I kind of want to flip it so that it was like this, and that puts that high area on that side. Somebody's done, and I think it's McKenna. Let's come here for a second. Let's get McKenna to be working on these. So this is a level 2, and we're going to have McKenna bring it up to a level 3. And let's look at this. This is a level 4. So we can now do the research for Luck of the Sea. Not Luck of the Sea, it's Heart of the Sea that we use for the research, and that'll do. And yeah, and I think we'll do that. And so as soon as we can do it, we could have done it when we had, since we have 2 of these, when we had the 1 and the 3, we could have actually done it because it said level 4 fishery, and that should have been enough. So if we had a house here, one of these houses here, we could have it come up. Let's have the road end right at this house, right here. Let's have the road end right here, and have this house be here, right next to this building, this part. We'll have the, I have to see how far, that should have brought, yeah, there it is. So I can't have it come to there. See that border? So we have to have it come to here because this is still working. The level 5 is probably going to bring this place out to that level, to right there. So we don't want to bring the house closer. And then back here, right here, this is where we're going to put the extra field for the animals. So the animal field is going to extend back into that area. They'll be able to go back into that area, and we'll have this house here. Now this house is big. That house is never going to be this big. This one, that house is finished. This house is going to look like this right here. This would also allow us to put a field here, so we don't have to go back too far into the Coconinos. I'd hate taking away these old growth forests here. So I think in this area where we can definitely see younger trees that we can go ahead and cut so that we can put in a little field right there. And I think I would like to do that. So this is the house that I would like to be here. At level 1, it's going to look like this. And we'll see if we need, I do want it to be a level 3 because a level 3 gives us the upstairs right here. This upstairs, which has this. And that's what I want. And then downstairs, it has a bed right there. And this lovely kitchen area. So yeah, we definitely need a level 3 of that house. So here we go. Let us come here and let us assign a builder. So we just assigned a builder, and there is the house, and this is what Cash is going to work on. So the build options, the builder is going to be Cash. Build the building. So Cash is going to clear out this area. Let me see if there's anything here that we want. He's not going to pick these up. So we're going to pick up the dandelions right here. 1, 2, 3. And let's pick up the cornflowers. 1, 2, 3. I think this is as far as we need to go over. Right there. The cornflower might be, so we'll pick up the cornflower too. So we have 3 dandelions and 1 cornflower. Dandy. 1, 2, 3. And cornflower. And cornflowers bring lots of money at the store. Wait, why are you out? Wait, the animals are all out. How are the animals getting out? What's going on here? Who left the gate open? Yeah, I know, I see. She's going, Mom, where did you go, Mom? Let me get Mom back. You're having fun? Yeah, I see you're having fun. Come on. There's Mom. Yeah, I see her. Just a minute. We're going to bring Mom back in. Come on. And there we go. Close this. And let's go here. There's a double gate here. Well, wait, baby, come back. And there we go. Let's bring the mom back. Come on, come on, come on. There we are. Okay. The baby was like, Mom, wait for me. Okay, so there we've got that. And look at Cash. Cash is a level 5 and he is working. Did I see one of the other cows again back here? I do see a cow, but I'm not sure that's one of ours. That might be a wild cow. So we'll just leave them for now. And Cash. So now we know what Cash is working on. Let's go back to the marketplace and see if we can get this lodestone. Ayush? Okay. All right. You have to go. And I probably missed you saying goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day, whether it's nighttime or daytime. And thank you, Mr. Villager. I'm so glad you were there. Could say goodbye. And Mr. Vincentius Primus has gone to sleep. So he is fast asleep right now. All right, so let's come here and we're going to do a couple things. Jack, get down. And there's Mechanic again. Let's come here and let's look at what I have on me. I'm coming to here and I'm going to look at some things. Let's put this back. We're not doing the lights right now. I'm going to put these tools back. I need to put some things back so that I can reach up here and get some things. This goes with those. The smooth stone can be there and this is here. All right, let's put this here and this here. All right, now let's bring down all of these. These are theirs. So I'm bringing all these pieces down to go into the warehouse. All of this stuff right here. This is mine. And so what do we have? We have, is that
Okay.
horseweed? Interesting. We do have an oak sapling. which is curious. And we have some berries. I remember when we picked those berries. So we're going to put this all into the stash box to go to the warehouse. 1, 2, 3. And we've got some gate and some rail that can go back in as well. I don't want to use the metal gate. I want to use the wooden gate, which is sitting right here. Dun, 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 dun. And so we're going to try that right now. In the middle of the night, we're going to see how the wooden gate looks on the front of the warehouse. And you're going too. That's right. It's time. It's time. It is Friday, and it's that time of day. It definitely is. Let's come here and let's look and let's see if we can do this. Now I forget whether it's putting it here. It is. So we're talking about having this as the door on this place. I like this. I like that as a door. This is a level 5 now. This is a level 5. And so we can now put in the door that we want to put right here. And so we're going to take away this window, taking away all of this right here, taking away this, and let's take the glass away. Oops. From there, we don't need this. And this right here is supposed to be a stair going down into this area. We have stair here. So let's take this stair and put it right here. 1, 2, 3. This is the rail station. And so the warehouse is now connected to the rail station by this entrance here, and we're going to gate this entrance also. And there we have it. So they can use that. Now this says level 4s because these haven't been brought up. I forgot about that. We've got him working on that house, but I think he should be working. We're gonna let these go because we now use them. We should have him working on the couriers in here. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to have to stop him working on that house and have either Violetta or one of the others work on the house. Violetta is working on things and she's not a level 5. So there's 2 things that I actually need to do something different about. So he's clearing the ground away here to put the house in. And he's a level 5. I'm going to let him continue to work on that house for now. I'm going to stop her from working on these. We're going to cancel these for a minute. I'm going to bring her up to the level 5. She'll be much faster if we do that, and it will also allow us to finish this building so that it works with where we are. Right now it works perfectly like this. I have a feeling that when she brings it up to the level 5, it's going to be all deep slate, and we might want to bring it back or we might not. We'll see. So let's come here and let's cancel these, and let's go to here and let's do build options and have Violetta be up to a level 5. She would feel really strange. She would feel like she was being held back because all of the builders are now level 5s except her, all the 4 other builders. And so we could say that Cash encouraged her to upgrade her shop before she started working on these other projects. Look at what this building looks like at level 5. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. And now we can put in a permanent walkway in this area because this building is done. We can put in permanent stuff here if we want, which is why we're changing the door for that part. This is a warehouse, so I want kind of a warehouse-like door on here. And so we have that, and we have the warehouse door that goes to the back entrance, and this is a door for people, of course. We have two guard towers in here. Eventually, when we have all the essential people that we have, we will look at adding some more peacekeepers, just because we can. So we're changing it so that she's going to work on that first. And then when she's done working on her place, we'll have her come back and work on her house second. And so I'm going back up to the house and get her to work on it again. I just want her to work on her builder's shop first. So let's come here, let's go up here. Let's come back in and let's do build options. And the builder is going to be Violetta, and upgrade the building. Okay. So she'll then have a level 4 house as well. And we are pretty close to being done for the day. So we got a fair amount of things done, which is really interesting. You notice I'm not having any food problems. Have you noticed that? And the only thing that I can tell you is that I have full farms. I have the farms, and the farmers are up to the highest level that they can be up to at this time, which is a 4. And we're growing a lot of things. We're going to add rice and soy so we can have some rice dishes on the menu. And as soon as this is researched, this garden piece that we've got, we're going to do that. We've got a lost sheep. Let me bring this back. There are no wild sheep in this area, so this is one of ours. So let me come to here. Let's get this. And before she goes off somewhere, where'd you go? Where'd you go that quickly? She's running away. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. It's hard to see in the dark. Okay, now I can get this. Hold on. Hi, you. We'll take her back. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. So we're going to come through here. Come on. All right. And we'll come through. I don't think there's an opening here right now. There isn't, so we'll have to come all the way around to the other side, and we'll get her to come back in. So let's come to here. There we go. Close the door. And let's come down. We're going to go to this yard right here, and there she is. Okay. And so she's back. And the cows are here. And I think that's everybody right now. And that is going to be the last thing I do as the sun comes up. This is the last thing that I'm doing today. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And thank you to all the people who were in chat. Ayush, Galvin, Mr. Villager. I think one other person was in chat. I appreciate all of you being in chat. Thank you very much. And here we go. So enjoy your games, everyone. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. We've been listening to Drone Hands music, and Drone Hands is on YouTube. You can find the links for Drone Hands in my About, and you can also find the links for... Hi! Hi, Ismail. That's what... Oh, no, that's Brian. That's the chef at this dining hall. I thought it was Ismail, but it's not. And you can find the links for Vincentius Primus's music as well. And we're going to go now. I just remembered something. I have to update the link. I think the link still says Blood Music, but the link is now Shaken Awake for the music. And I'm going to check. That's on Bandcamp. And so here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you. Bye for now.